Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2016. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, a tragic accident claims the life of a Tullahoma High School football player. A Manchester woman is asking the judge to throw out a murder charge in the death of her infant daughter. The TBI released the results of 2 new studies on Monday. We'll introduce you to this year's American Legion Boys State delegates, and we'll talk with the general manager of the Tullahoma Utility Board about the advantages of creating a new utility authority. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family is the largest automotive retailer in southern Middle Tennessee. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, we are your one-stop shop. Check out our awesome website, russellbarnett.com. There's over 1,200 vehicles to choose from. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, and Ford of Winchester, or Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Honey, we know you've got friends in low places who aren't real big on social graces, and we're going to help you chase the blues away. So slip on down to see the tribute to Garth Brooks at Frazier McEwen Park, May 21st at 7 p.m., immediately following the Grape and Grape Festival. Everything is going to be all right, and we're going to cause a big scene. So don't miss the dance, May 21st at 7 p.m. in Tullahoma.
Tired of paying for monthly telephone service, expensive long-distance bills, and all those crazy taxes? Are you sick of spending money on telephone equipment, maintenance contracts, and service calls, all for a phone system that shackles you to 100-year-old technology and your desk? Stop it. It's time to ship your phone system to the cloud. What can the cloud do for you? Bring together remote offices, workers, and employees in the field. Make sure that you'll never miss calls by delivering them to multiple devices. Modernize faxing by allowing multiple faxes to be sent and received at once, and delivered to email. Get your voicemail messages instantly through email too, and take advantage of an endless supply of customizable features. Host My Calls can deliver the cloud. All of this technology with low upfront costs and not 1 penny in capital expense. It's time for a phone solution you'll truly love from Host My Calls. Call the number below.
Welcome back. A Tullahoma High School senior and football team captain died following a fiery head-on collision in Bedford County Saturday afternoon. The Tennessee Highway Patrol says Eli Groh, age 17, died at the scene of the accident on Highway 41A near the intersection of Normandy Road around 4:30 p.m. Troopers said Groh's northbound Nissan pickup truck crossed the center line and struck a southbound truck head-on. The victim's vehicle then burst into flames. Groh was quarterback and captain on the Tullahoma Wildcat football team. He had recently accepted a football scholarship with the Mississippi College. The THP says neither drugs nor alcohol contributed to the fatal crash.
An attorney representing a Manchester woman charged with murder in connection with the death of her newborn daughter is asking a judge to throw out the most serious count. Brittany Evans, age 28, is charged with second-degree murder in connection with the April 2015 death of her child. She also is charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault in connection with the death. Defense attorney John Nichols last week moved for dismissal of the murder charge, claiming it overreaches state law. Prosecutors say Evans is responsible for the baby's death due to the mother's methamphetamine addiction. The baby died shortly after birth due to meth poisoning. The Tullahoma News reports Circuit Judge Vanessa Jackson will rule on the motion to dismiss the murder charge. Evans is being held in the Coffee County Jail under a $50,000 bond.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation released 2 studies on Monday detailing the nature and extent of domestic violence and instances of law enforcement officers being attacked while on duty. In both studies, the TBI presents data submitted by the state's law enforcement agencies through the Tennessee Incident-Based Reporting System. Among the findings in domestic violence from 2013 to 2015 are a total of 232,031 domestic violence offenses were reported. Simple assault was by far the most frequently reported offense, accounting for 68.1% of all offenses designated as having a domestic violence nexus. From 2013 to 2015, victims were 6 times more likely to be abused by a spouse than an ex-spouse in domestic offenses.
Among the findings in law enforcement officers killed or assaulted 2015 were the number of victims increased slightly by 1% year to year, with 1,757 victims reported in 2015. In 2015, there was 1 law enforcement officer reported as being feloniously killed in the line of duty. The most frequently reported offense was simple assault at 56.5%. As with all of its crime publications, the TBI cautions against using the data provided in these reports to compare one jurisdiction to another. The factors impacting crime vary from community to community, and accordingly, comparisons are considered neither fair nor accurate.
A bridge on Cat Creek Road spanning Crumpton's Creek in Coffee County is set for closure next week after state inspectors found it in poor condition. The 2-lane concrete span is just above the popular Rutledge Falls recreation area, midway between Tullahoma and Manchester. The Department of Transportation says the bridge is suffering from crumbling concrete and rusting steel supports. The span will close to all traffic on May the 9th. Repairs are expected to last through the summer. County Road Superintendent Benton Bartlett said repairing the bridge will cost at least $250,000. The bridge was built in 1940 and updated in 1970. It overlooks the popular Rutledge Falls and Cascades area, enjoyed by many, particularly in the summer.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stamp McNabb Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stamp McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stamp McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. The 2016 American Legion Boys State candidates have been selected. American Legion Post 43's John Gray went to Tullahoma High School last week to congratulate the young men and brings us this video.
All right, I am John Gray, and I am the Boys State Chairman for American Legion Post 43 here in Tullahoma. We're here today to inform our delegates for this year's Boys State about what's going on and what they have to look forward to. Our delegates are Matthew Ferring, which is right here, Andrew Nelius, which is right here, Jason Goat, Guo, I messed it up, didn't I? I had it a minute ago. Jason Guo and Michael Celeberti. There you go. Michael Celeberti are our candidates, and our alternate is Caden Thornberry, which is right here. And I was just explaining to these gentlemen that candidates they all are, because a lot of times something will happen to one of the 4 or 5 that go, anything from an accident, a sports accident, something happening in their family life that quite a bit of the time, over 50% of the time, the alternate ends up going to Boys State. I want to tell you young men, as I did earlier, that this is a very important and a very prestigious thing. Always add this to your any type of application you have, your college application, a job application throughout the year. You will be going to Tennessee Tech to learn about government. And there's not a whole lot of government taught in school systems anymore. And this will take you from city government through county government up to state government. It's a very enjoyable thing. It will be Boys State, which I went to Boys State, and the military, and probably going to college if you go somewhere far away. You're going to be put, because none of you guys will be in the same city. So you're going to be put into a room and a group of people that you don't know at all, you've never seen before. Well, maybe you will because you guys travel around in your athletics or your music environment or however, or your brilliance as you go and compete in math and science with a lot of these folks. You might know some of the people. But what I want you to do, and I tell the guys every year, open yourself up. Allow yourself to make new friends and to meet new people. Because I'm still 50 years after I went to Boys State in contact with some of the people that I met at Boys State. These guys are just like you guys. They're the future, they're the movers and shakers, and when you're out there in your job or in your college and you're trying to make a move for yourself and do the best you can do, you'll run into some of these guys. And you'll remember them and they'll remember you. And they might be the son of a guy you're trying to get a job with his company. These are contacts and friends that you need to make and keep for life. Because they're all smart young Turks just like you guys are, you know, on the way out and on the way up. You'll learn about government. They'll have elections there. You'll be in a city, you can run for mayor, you can run for city council, you can run for county office, you can run for governor. We've had a governor of Boys State from Tullahoma. I was the campaign chairman for the governor the year I was there. And the thing about it is you learn about the actions and how government really does work, because when we're young, a lot of times, you know, we're busy two things. One, being young, because it's fun being young. The other thing is keeping up with all the things that you have to get done to get yourself to this point. Your athletics, your family, your church, your education. You know, so you go in there and you get it, you get all you can, and learn about government, because a lot of the times, you know, you really don't think about it. You know, we live in a nice town and things are going really well here, but how does all that happen? You're getting ready to find out. And it's a really good education. They do a really good job of informing you about how government really works and how we end up having the laws that we have that control all the chaos that life really is, because it's controlled chaos is what it is. But I want you guys to be proud and very honored that you've been picked, because it is an honor. Go up there, have a good time, learn all you can learn, make great new friends, and know that we at Post 43 in Tullahoma are proud of each and every one of you, and know that you will serve us well and serve your nation well when you have a choice. Thanks, guys.
We'll be right back after these messages.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you part 2 of Tom Corrington's interview with Tullahoma Utilities Board General Manager Brian Skelton. In this segment, Brian talks about the reasons for creating a Tullahoma Utility Authority.
Why is it you want to do this? What's the big deal for your, as far as the TUB is concerned?
Well, it gives TUB a little more autonomy, and it gives them the ability to react and move a little more quickly if we don't have a step of going through the city. And really the primary difference is the issuance of debt, because the new utility authority will operate in very much the same way as TUB operates today. The City Board of Mayor and Aldermen will still have an alderman that will sit on our board. They will still appoint all the other board members. So that will not change.
The city will appoint your new board? That
will.
that was a question coming up. Yeah, how's that?
So there's still a close connection to the city, and the city today does not approve our rates. So our water, electric, sewer, fiber rates, they don't go through the city today, so that won't change. The thing that will change though is any debt that we issue, we do have to get approval from the city, and the city for the most part is backing that debt. They will no longer have to do that. So they'll be off the hook for backing it, but they'll also be out of the process for approving it.
Okay. All right, so you're in a situation as we speak where as soon as the state approves your legislation, then tell the folks a little what process you're going through. What happens? Well, the state approves the legislation, comes back, and the city board okays it. Once that's done, then what happens? Give us the process you're going through.
Well, we're going to start the process very soon of interviewing and selecting a financial advisor for us to work with the reissuance of this debt. So that will, I would anticipate that will be coming up in the next couple of months. And so we'll begin that process of working with the state. Some of the debt, again, will just need to have paperwork done with the state revolving loan fund, because again, that's not debt that's issued in a bond. It's just money that's coming from a pool that the state has. But they will have to do approved paperwork to take the city's backing off that. But again, the big driver is going to be the reissuance of the bonds. We do have some bonds outside of the fiber, but that is by far the biggest chunk of our money.
Well, when you say reissued, I wondered about that. You've got $20 million worth of debt, so you're going to pay it off, so the city will be off the hook?
Well, we are. Well, we won't be able to pay it all off because some of it's long-term debt. But we may utilize this process to make some decisions and pay off some more of this debt with some of the reserves that we have. So we may not reissue as much debt as we have today.
Okay, but you don't have $20 million in cash lying around, so you're going to issue some new debt.
We absolutely will.
In the name of TUB.
That is correct.
And the city will no longer be responsible for that. So
that is correct. And we anticipate issuing bonds, but again, we haven't started the process of working with a financial advisor. We may look at other opportunities, with banks and other things, but probably we will be issuing at least some bonds for this long-term debt.
Yeah, I would think so. Okay, well, and we'll get into that when we come back a little more. One of the things that happens is all of your assets are now owned by the city. Those are going to be transferred to TUB.
Yes.
Take it off the city's books.
Yeah, everything.
What are we talking about there?
Well, every piece of property that TUB owns, and TUB, in my opinion, owns the property, but it's titled in the name of the city. But those titles will be transferred to TUB, the new authority. And other agencies of the city are the same way. Real properties are titled in the city's name, even though the airport authority or whatever authority, maybe they have property or they do some kind of financial transaction. It's titled in the name of the city, but it's paid for by that authority.
Okay.
We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Welcome back. Most folks will be touched by a nursing home experience at some point in their life, whether it be through a friend or family member or your own health issues. Peggy Burton spoke recently with Jenny Beal from the Life Care Center in Tullahoma about what they are doing to make that experience go more smoothly.
On the set with Jenny Beal, and she is from what is your title?
I'm Director of Business Development and Transitional Care.
See, that's a lot of big words.
That's a lot of
I don't
big
go
words.
beyond the 3 syllables. Anyway, welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
You're with Life Care, and there must be a lot of things going on. What are some of the things you do?
Well, I'm with Life Care Center of Tullahoma, and some of the things that I do, of course, I'm Director of Business Development, so I do marketing for Life Care, but I also have a very important role of being a nurse transition specialist. So what my job is I go and assess patients to make sure that we can meet the needs of that patient and that we're the most appropriate facility for that patient.
That makes it special.
It really does.
Because if I had somebody going to the nursing home, I'd certainly want that to happen.
Well, it's a very scary time for a lot of people, especially people that aren't in the medical field, that don't know what to expect, don't know, they have so many questions because they're in the hospital, they've had an illness or injury, their doctor's coming in saying, okay, well, we've got you to the point where you're stable enough to be discharged, but you're not really stable enough to go home yet. So it's all coming at them at once. So there's 1,000 questions going through their mind.
I can imagine.
So that's what I do. So what happens is once the doctor comes in and tells them that, then I come in and I'll, introduce myself and I walk them through the whole process, answer all those questions.
And so are you just working with the patient, or are you working with the patient and their caretaker, possibly, or to answer questions
the
from
whole interdisciplinary team? So the patient, the doctor, the family, the caseworker. I'm making sure we have all the orders that we need, that they're resuming all the home medications that the patient needs, that we are having all the equipment that the doctor ordered.
It's a huge responsibility, isn't it?
It really
to take care of patients. It's huge.
But I love it.
I'm so glad. I might be there one of these days.
Yeah, so actually spending time with the patients, easing their mind, letting them know they're going to the best facility possible. Because, our therapists at Life Care, they have over 150 years combined experience.
That's
They've
wonderful.
been doing it a long time. Our nurses are top notch. They really are educated. They have a lot of experience, the longevity there. So you really know when you're coming to Life Care, you're
getting specialized treatment.
Once people come to work for Life Care, like we just got voted this year finest employer. There's a reason for that. Our business office manager has been there 36 plus years. I've been there 5 years going,
So you're the finest because you are the finest. You were voted the finest because you are the finest.
Yes. And really what sets us apart from other facilities is our experience. We've been in this community for over 40 years working with our patients, and that's one of our logos is Community Matters. The patients that we are working with, that we're seeing, are people that we see every day in our everyday life. At the grocery store and, anywhere, the car dealership, anything like that, we're seeing those. So we're basically treating our family members. And they get, when I go out and see them in the hospital, they have my business card. It has my cell phone number on it. I keep that cell phone with me 24/7. So the patients, I think, kind of feel relaxed as well, knowing that they have somebody. If they get over there and they have a question or a worry or anything, they can call, you know, pick up the phone and call me, day or night, weekend, it doesn't matter. And, you know, I could talk them through it or answer any questions that they might have. So they have that someone before they get there is like their contact person.
Great. Well, Jenny, I am so glad you came by here today.
Oh, thank
Is there anything
you.
else we need to share with the public about Tullahoma's nursing facility?
Well, I just, you know, just reiterate that we're the best, and if you need any information or help learning about the transition, to give me a call.
And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Tullahoma's Dog of the Month. Bob Barksdale will remind us about the upcoming Kiwanis Breakfast, and Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell will stop by this week. We'll have all that and more on this week's Living.
And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created, an American dream lived. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1928 at 88 degrees. The record low was in 1961 at 36 degrees. Average high on this day is 74, and the average low is 51. Tonight, look for partly cloudy weather in your forecast with a low around 49. Storms moving in on Wednesday with a high of 68 and a low of 47. And on Thursday, partly cloudy weather in the forecast with a high of 62 and a low of 47. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great evening.